bow to all the seekers of truth. These days, there are people who are going all over the places to find out the truth, the enlightenment. And there are so many books available, so many people who talk about enlightenment. And this is only in this special age, which I call as the blossom time, is happening. If they are not sick, that means they are not yet evolved as they should have been. But this is a special time that we call as the last judgment, and that time has come. And the Quran is called as Qiyamah, and described very clearly what will happen at this time. All these have been indicated in all the books which are, I would say, mystical, or who we can call as religious, or whatever you may call it, the mystic part of it. They have all indicated this time, by the end of this century, this should happen. And this has bewildered many people. They are going hither and thither, getting into problems. As it's very embarrassing what Dr. Derek Lee has told. It's a fact that I went to Russia and a scientist came forward. And he said that, "Mother, I've seen your photographs." And it says so much, because I haven't seen more than one line showing. It was very embarrassing. The whole thing was very embarrassing for me. And he said, "I've proved it now through all equations and everything," and he showed me the book, which is in Russian language, and all mathematical calculations, that one has to go to a vacuum state, a physical vacuum state, for reality to be understood. It was, I think, too much of science in it. But whatever it is, all these ideas, say of Quran, of Bible, of other religious books, all the religious books from India, could be called as a myth, and they were treated as myths. Many people thought it was just a myth, and they said, "No use believing in all these things. This is no thing." And also, through these books, people have been misled to do wrong things. So the whole thing got challenged also in a way that is not practical, is not beneficial, is no good. But when it becomes a real experience, you may call it subject, you may call it anything, but when it becomes a real experience, then you start believing in it as reality. But if a scientist proves it, which is scientific knowledge, then I don't know what to say. Then it really becomes the fact. And when it becomes the fact, it becomes the science. Science can be challenged. First of all, science is amoral. It is not bothered as the science as it exists today. If they create atom bombs, they create other things destructive and use it for wrong purposes, There's no binding force on the scientist. They can do whatever they like. And people can use it the way they want to use it. But when it comes to divine force, the science is perfect, I must tell. You cannot challenge that science. You cannot. Everything that you know through the science of Sahaja Yoga, you can easily verify it. For example, firstly, it is said that your physical elements disappear. It's a fact. Without any money, without any fees or anything, just you get cured of your troubles. And when you get cured of your troubles, then you are amazed how through your own power you have been cured. But it happens. It has happened. You know, we have doctors here. English doctors, not easy to convince. And they have seen with their own experience that many patients who were supposed to be incurable are cured. They have seen that many drug addicts got all right overnight. How? Without paying for it, without taking any medicine, just through their own power of Kundalini. Now this power of Kundalini was known all over the world, I think, because I find in their museums Kundalini drawn in the triangular bone, even in Sweden I saw. And I should say it's in Finland I saw. Then also I went to Ukraine in their museum. There are all pictures of these chakras and of the Kundalini. And in a far-fetched place like Bolivia, where we could not reach there even by air about, I think, 6 years back, you find the pictures of Kundalini. And Colombia, the ancient Colombia, had created statues in which Kundalini was the main thing. So somebody must have told them, or they might have known about it. But somebody went from Italy to Bolivia, and the Bolivian people said, we know all about it, yes, we know. But we don't know how to raise the Kundalini. And now there are, I think, 8,000-9,000 people in that far-fetched place of Bolivia who have got their realization. For which you don't have to pay is the main thing one should understand. It's like you don't pay for your breathing, you don't pay for your digestion. In the same way, for your ascent to a new life, last, we can say, the breakthrough of your evolution, for which you don't have to pay. As soon as you understand this point, you'll be amazed that you'll give up all nonsensical people who are marketing their things, selling their things. You see, it's something absurd. The absurdity to such a limit that you become blind and you don't know what they are doing, what they are up to. I don't want to listen to anybody who wants to tell you the truth. Now, if we have to see for our own ascent, as they say in Quran, Miraj, in Indian, this thing is called as self-realization, Atma Darshan, or you can call it Atma Sakshatkar.